One Punch Man deserves all the negative criticism and the hate that they're going through right now. Season 3 is an absolute joke and deserve all of that shit. To think it's been it's been over 10 years since One Punch Man first came out is absolutely insane. It came out in the same time that My Hero and a bunch of other animes that have come to be extremely popular in the anime landscape all came out during that time, right? And when I first found out about this show, before watching, I'm like, all right, the concept is pretty risky. You're telling me that there's a guy that can beat everybody with one punch. Like, obviously the implications of this is basically this shit is gonna get boring fast, right? Like, where is the drama? Where is the development, right? If he's already so fucking strong that he beats everybody with one punch, where is the usual pattern of growth that our protagonists have, where they start, weak and become strong? So I was pretty skeptical about this show when it first started out, but I was completely wrong. This show was good as hell. With the characters, with the pacing, and the story, I actually was shocked at how good of a show it was, because it wasn't boring, it wasn't repetitive and extremely predictable, right? And it somehow was something that I was, craving more after season 1 ended, right? And this was back when I was in high school, so like this was almost 10 years ago, which is just so fucking crazy. But season 2 also came out, which was decent. It wasn't anything compared to season 1, but after that it took them probably 6 years or whatever, or 8 years, just to come out with season 3. So this is really my main point here. These anime studios need to understand that momentum is everything, right? I feel like they don't take it as serious as they should, because you can't just have a great show, lead it up and then take a break for 8 fucking years. Like, why do you think that your fans that came in the first place are gonna have that same type of energy, same type of loyalty to make your next season's a success? Where do you think that is gonna come from? People have moved on from now. People that were watching during that time have fucking kids at this time, right? So it's like, when you delay your production that much, it's almost like a karmic intervention for shit like this happening in season 3, where it's probably the most garbage shit that you could possibly watch when it comes to anime at this time, right? Not to mention the ass animation, right? I haven't even watched past episode 2 in this season. That's how much I'm put off by this show already, right? The first episode and the second episode was nothing but fucking talking. Like, what do you think you're gonna gain from that? You literally deprived the fans for 8 years from this show, and you start out the season with fucking meetings and shit and just talking. You have this shit coming, right? And the crazy part about it is, everybody that I've talked to that have watched and are caught up have said that it's still fucking talking. What is the point? Why the fuck am I gonna waste my time here watching this show if that's all this is going on? And don't tell me that there's gonna be a build-up of something afterwards, that all this talking is internal, whatever. No, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not. I think it's a fucking joke. They're already coming out with, scores on the show of saying it's 2 out of 10. It's that bad, and I don't think they can recover. right? They can't just put a crazy fighting scene in this and expect people to be like, oh my gosh, it's still the best show ever. It's like, no, you don't start out a series that you prolong for 8 years in that manner. Okay, if you want a best chance of success, you're gonna have to get on the same foot that you started off with in the first and second season, right? So that's just extremely frustrating, right? Because One Punch Man was headed up there to being one of the best animes, right? Just obviously it's not as deep as some other ones, but the concept is really cool and very unique that you have to give it some respect before season 3. I knew it was bad when I saw comments of the writer and him apologizing before the season came out. When the writer of these shows has to come out and apologize beforehand, to give us a warning, he also knows that it's a fucking mess, right? So, you have to heed that warning because he already knows it's not up to the quality that he did in the beginning of the series, right? And to protect himself from the backlash, he has to give everyone some preparation and let them know beforehand, hey, this shit is not the same, okay? Like, and the negative feedback was so bad that he had to completely disable his social media accounts, right? That's how bad the feedback was, right? So if that's the case, why even drop this show? Like, why not just end it? What is the fucking point, right? There might have been some undercover situations with the production company, whatever, that could have made this that bad, but nobody fucking cares. It's better to come out with something that you can feel very confident in and proud of than just put out some slop and garbage because you're long overdue. Like, that shit is just damn near disrespectful to the fans and to the people that really appreciate your work. Right? That shit really pisses me off because I really love One Punch Man, the concept. I mean, that shit was cinema literally in the first couple seasons, and this is what we have to live with now, right? I don't know how they're gonna recuperate and still make this successful, but it's looking steep, and I don't know what the point is to even watch the episodes. Like, I already know what people are saying. I already know how it is. 5 episodes of fucking meetings and talking. You're wasting people's time. I mean, this is a fair warning to any successful anime out there. Momentum is your best ally, and you need to ride that wave as much as possible to ensure your success, because time moves on and people don't have time to sit here and wait till you get shit right. Like, figure it out, okay? Only time that this shit works, where some animes can take breaks for this long and come back and still be successful, is if that shit was fucking worth it. Like, they really went to work and developed some of the best writing and best animation that they possibly could, and that's why it took them so long, right? Like with Demon Slayer, it's taking what, a year and a half, 2 years for each movie that they're doing, but we know that they're putting in work and they're gonna be making it worth it in the end, right? So when you're in that situation, it's okay, but 8 years is still too far extensive, bro. And if you're gonna take that risk, don't be mad at the fucking results that you get for wasting everyone's fucking time and delaying it so unnecessarily for some bullshit. All right.